Hi guys, welcome to another interesting episode of Unpacking Abroad. But then what are we really unpacking if you don't know about the host? Let me talk about myself today. Today is about me, all about me. So my name is Titilola and I got into the UK about 2 years now, almost 2 years. And I entered the UK as a student actually at Northern University in London. And I started working the second day I got into the UK. You will not even believe it. I started working the second day I got to the UK. And the reason why I started working the second day is because number one, my mom is here. So like our boss already sent some trainings to me. I already did all my online training. I already did everything. So I started my shadow job the second day I got to the UK. And basically that was it. I didn't start work officially, but then I started shadowing like the second day. So I went to school like the third day or so to register. My mom was staying at Milton Keynes. My school was in London and it was not easy for me. So I had to move to London and I was staying in London. And after a while, I stopped the work at Milton Keynes because it was not easy going to Milton Keynes, going to London. It was too expensive and it was stressful. So I had to stop the work that I was doing then. And, basically, I started working as a support worker in an amazing company and they were giving me my 20 hours. Obviously, I'm a student. After a couple of weeks, I knew the course I picked because I wanted to jackpot. So I just picked anything. Like I used an agency. So the agency just said, this is the available thing. And I said, okay, it's fine. Let me just leave the country. I knew the course was not for me after a couple of weeks. Like, no, this is not what I want in my life. I wanted social work because I studied sociology in my undergraduate. So I wanted social work. But the guy said there is no social work. This is what is available. So you have to pick it or, you go next year. And I said, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Then I picked it. Then he picked it for me, and I had almost about I think I had almost like £14,000 to pay, and I started working 20 hours. And man, it was not easy. It was not easy. It was not easy. I'm not even meant to lie because I have to go to school. I, I I have to go to work. It was like combining both together is not easy. Assignments, coursework. Then we're on break. We had about 3 weeks break in my school. So I stopped going to school obviously now. Then when you're on break as a student, like you can do 100 hours in a day if it's possible. I got a message from like my mom's friend sister. It's a long one, yeah. And she said if I wanted to work with her for my break time. And I said, yes, it's fine. I was looking for more jobs, obviously. But then I was still working with the support work I was still doing, obviously. I was still doing my 20 hours a day. And on my free days, I was working as a domiciliary worker. And when it was the third week, I was supposed to go back to school. I was going to stop working with her, obviously. And she offered me that if she should give me sponsorship, COS, am I going to stop like school? I was like, what? So it's possible for me to get COS and I will not be going to school again? And she said, yes, it's possible. I didn't know about it then, honestly speaking. And it was a sweet deal, honestly. It was a sweet one. And I said, okay, yeah, it's fine. She should give me the COS. And like the third day or the second day, she issued the COS for me. And I had the option of, should I stop school? Should I continue school and still be under this under the tier 2 visa? But that was then. They've stopped it now. You have to finish your school before you do any COS now. But I was lucky. I think I was like the last set of people. Like after I collected my new BRP, the new rule came out that you have to finish your school before you can. Like I was really really lucky, and I'm glad I took the opportunity anyways. But let me continue. So they said, so I had the option of I should be under tier 2 and I should still continue my school. That was the option I had then, and I really thought about it. Number one, it is not the course I really honestly wanted to study. I honestly do not like the course. It is business administration with human resource management or something. The course, I'm sure at the end of that my course, I'm still going to come and do care, because it's not like it's not like a big deal here. It's not like the job market is, no. It's not good for an immigrant. Let me just say it like that, because number one, you cannot even speak like them, and as a human resource management, you need to speak like them. You need to think like them. I'm an African. It will be very difficult for me to get a job in that aspect. So after a couple of months, I stopped school, and obviously I've applied for my tier 2, and I got my new BRP. Started working for the woman full time. But then my first job that I was doing as a support worker, I was still working with them once in a while if I'm not too busy. But the job that sponsored me was draining. Oh my god, it was domiciliary. I wake up as early as 4:35. I'll leave home by 6 on the dot. The car is already waiting outside. Then I'll be back home by 10:30, sometimes 11. That 11, I'll go and make eba, and I'll start preparing myself for the next day again. Oh, it was not an easy job. Honestly, anybody that is doing domiciliary, just respect them. That job is draining. Mentally, physically, it is fucking draining. Don't mind my word. But then it is very true. I was working, but I was not entirely happy with my job, honestly, because I just felt, why did I even stop school? Then when I was still schooling, I had time for myself. I had time for other activities, basically. As a young lady, if you are still very young and you still have a lot of things that you still want to do and plan for yourself, please don't settle as a domiciliary worker. Don't even try it. It's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. And the pay is not okay, because from morning to night they can calculate about 5 hours for you, and you're on the run, you're on the walk for the whole day. Like, it's not worth it, really. So I was a domiciliary worker for like almost a year, and while I was doing my domiciliary, I was still working for the second company, like once in a while. Under the sponsorship, you can still do 20 hours in another place. But then it was not every week that was chance to work in another place, because the domiciliary was draining. So once in a while I'll pick a shift with them. But then I was permanently working for a particular family, very lovely family. And they asked me one day, why am I not working with them full time? And I told them what happened. Like, I'm on sponsorship with a particular company, and the job is draining. It's not every week that I can actually spare a day or two to come and work elsewhere. And they were like, what happened to this particular company? They don't have COS. I said I've asked them a couple of times, and they said no. And the husband said he's going to ask the company on my behalf, and he actually called in front of me, and she was like, they just applied to home office, and like, it's looking promising. As soon as the whole stuff is out, they're going to call me and offer me this sponsorship. I was very happy, because at least I was hopeful. The following week, I got a call from the manager, and she said the COS is out. Am I still interested? Yes, I'm still interested though. And the following week after the call, they actually offered me the COS. I was happy, because it was support. Ask anybody, support over domiciliary. I was very happy. I was very excited. I'm not even going to lie. And when I was doing some domiciliary, oh my god, I looked homeless. I looked like, in fact, if anybody from Nigeria should call me on video call, then I'm going to say, no, I cannot pick up. I'm going to find excuses, because if you're in Nigeria, then that I was doing domiciliary, you're doing far better than I was. I was looking totally unkept. I was looking homeless. I was looking like somebody that is begging on the road. Hey God. It was disastrous when I was doing dumb. I'm never going to lie. And eventually, I got the sponsorship as a support worker. I was so happy. So I had to send an email to the company I was working with because honestly, they saved me when I needed it the most. That was when I was in school, and it's not good for me to just leave like fuck you guys, I'm leaving. No, it's not even be a good idea. So I had to I sent that email to her. I sent a message to her first. I thanked her for the time I was with her, blah blah blah. And I told her that I've gotten another job with COS, obviously. But then I'm going to work with her for a month before I leave. And she was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. 1 month." And after that 1 month, I stopped working. I was so happy. I was very, very excited because everybody knows that support is flex now. Basically, I just go to work all day, I watch cartoon the whole day. You just support them with basic things that you do for yourself at home. It's no big deal really. And I became officially a support worker. Yeah. So that was a couple of months ago. So I was working as a support worker, and everything is going fine. Everything is going well. As a support worker, I get paid £15 per hour, and I work at least. I work like at least to say there's no job or be something. At least I work like 30 hours in a week. If it is a dull week, but on a normal day, I work like 38 hours in a week. I work like there are days I've done 40 hours. There are days I've done like there are weeks I've done like 48 hours. It depends, but the least is 30 hours I've had that I'm always doing. And then I am registered under some agencies because it's really good for you to have like a backup. There are months that you need money, maybe like to sort some things at home or for personal use. Maybe you have a target that you want to get something for yourself before the end of this week, and you know that your salary will not be able to meet up with it. Just register for a couple of agencies that you know that okay, if I really need funds to do something, you just pick shift from them, pick, and you'll be fine eventually. So everything is good. I'm a support worker now. I go to work about four times in a week. And I work with my agency like 2 times in a week because you can only do 20 hours outside your regular job, and everything is fine. I'm not even going to lie. Everything is amazing. I have time for myself now. I have time to do this, obviously. I have time to grow my relationship with my friends and family. Because trust me, when I was doing domiciliary, I was a terrible friend to my friends. I'm not even going to lie. I was a terrible person to everybody around me because I was terrible to myself. Like it was draining. I'll get back home around 10:30, 11, and I'll be seeing a message from my friend like, "Oh, because say you don't travel, you don't get time for us again." The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to block the number. Like I had zero energy to have fun. I had zero energy to tolerate anything. Like I was irritated by everything and everyone. So this is me telling you, if you have a terrible job, just find something to do about it. It is draining. It makes you to become a terrible person, obviously, because I was terrible to my friends. And I noticed by the time I wanted to get back to most of them, like, okay, I'm sorry, I know I've been terrible for like a couple of months, and is that I lost a couple of friends, not dead too, obviously, like we just fell apart. And I tried my best to make them understand what happened, but it happened, and it's painful because you know what they say, friendship breakup is worse than actual relationship breakup. And I miss a lot of them. I'm not even going to lie, I miss them. But I tried my best to become a better friend, and maybe it was too late. I don't know. So I'm probably like friendless now, or maybe I have like 2 people in my corner. Yeah, I have two. Yeah, I think I have 2 people in my corner, and life has been good. Life has been beautiful. Life has been good. I'm working. And next year is for traveling. I'm not even going to lie. Next year is for traveling, back to back traveling. I have a group now for a couple of people I met on TikTok. I met them on WhatsApp. I met them on Instagram. We just put ourselves together, and now we are planning on traveling, to a couple of places next year. So don't worry, I'm going to be dropping you guys content, back to back content about my traveling experiences, because I'm going to be doing this in each places that I travel to. I'm going to be meeting, I know Nigerians, we are everywhere, so obviously I'm going to be meeting more Nigerians, and I'm going to be asking them about the experience in that particular place. It's not only about people in the UK, obviously. So I think that is like the short thing I can say about myself. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for sticking around, and I hope we learned one or two things about this, and I'll see you next week. Bye.